Hi, I decided to go back into the Sierra card to see if we could find other things that I might have missed before. And I think I really have found something. I just don't know how well I could get it into focus. But right there in the middle, I believe that might be a self portrait of the members of the Zodiac embedded right here at the top. I just it is just hard to get it completely in focus because it wasn't meant to be in focus. It meant to be embedded as a code. But I'm working on it. I'm trying to get it from every angle to see if I can get it as clear as I possibly can. Again, after I review the video, it may even come in clearer. A lot of times, the camera itself really helps in bringing the image up off the page. So right now I have it at about 54% transparency, and that brought up this image. Each level can change what we see. I'm down to 53. One. Did that make it clearer? Oh my goodness. Could you imagine if we got this one correct? No, that's definitely a group of people. As I pull back slowly. There is just a wealth of images in this negative version of this Sierra card. Okay. Again, some of the other images that we looked at before. Again, to me, that looks like Cecilia Shepard, a representation of Cecilia Shepard and Brian Hartnell. As we dig into it, oh man, is there any angle that really gives me a great look as to what's going on here? I mean, to me, this is amazing stuff. I don't know about anybody else, but these are intentional embedded images revealing themselves in the negative version of the Sierra Zodiac card. And it is giving us images and faces and scenes that seem to represent some of the Zodiac murders. about 50% in terms of the transparency. That's about as clear as it's been in my experimentation with this. All right. Let's even go to another part. We've exhausted that area before. Let me just kind of get into some. They're not as descriptive. I'm not commentating as much this time because I am really searching for the Holy Grail in this one. I just have a feeling that it is in here. I'm starting to get a separate impression about this card. One, it has all the clues to how the Zodiac codes. And I thought, okay, so at some point they wanted them to figure it out, right? And I thought to myself, all right. But I didn't know anything about these embedded impressions. And I know that on the envelope that Paul Avery's name is spelled incorrectly and that Albert Lee is inserted in there. And my question is this Albert Lee's way of telling them who these people are and what they did? And because he was so upset about Darlene Ferrin that he was virtually trying to get them either captured, or he was using this as leverage for his own personal safety, where he was saying, you know, I've embedded a confession of our activities and who you are and how to break the codes. If anything ever happens to me, people are going to find this. I'm really beginning to think that that's what this is about. So that looks... Okay, so I believe that is at least Charlie and Elin right there, for sure. I think there's more people in that picture, but that's what she looks like on the video at the St. Vincent de Paul box thrift shop where the Zodiac was supposed to turn himself into Melvin Belli. And there was a woman, American, what I thought was American Asian woman in a mustard coat and black pants, suit and top, with the dark hair that fell to the sides. If you look at this lady right here that I've got captured, that is exactly what this image looks like and what she looked like. Charlie definitely had a large, round face, described as he was at Lake Berryessa. I mean, that is... Yeah, I'm not sure who that is there. But this is in... I just discovered this. That's why I went back in. And I'm holding on it specifically for a long time because I'm hoping that when reviewing the video, it becomes more clear and I could grab a still out of it. But that is your pair. Charlie and Ellen. They were living together. They were on Grove in San Francisco during the murders. The October 13th codes that were inscribed in the letters and characters on the envelope and in the letters, before you even get to this kind of stuff, showed a map where Charlie had come upon the scene of the murder of Paul Stein, and then tried to escape through the golf course, then went up through the Presidio, back around, down towards, I think it's Golden Gate Park or something like that, and then back to a point which on a map would have been their apartment, Grove Street or Grove Avenue. And if you look at the phone book for 1968, I think it was 66, 67, 68, 69, and 70, Charlie and Elin were living together at the time. So considering how many times she's mentioned in the code, she's almost like the mastermind to me. But at the very least, if they were living together during the murders, it would be hard pressed to believe that she didn't know who he was. Oh wow, look what I just found here. See what I mean? Just by concentrating on it more. So that's some woman or somebody counseling another woman. It takes a while for this thing to warm up, but you can really get in there if you take your time. All right. I think this is the most important thing that I've gotten out of it this time. And so I'm going to turn it back to its normal self so you can see how these images are actually in there. So that's full transparency, and then now 100% back to where it actually is. Right? That's the area. Let me close that out and I'll do this and do this. And then do this. Bring this back into focus. So we were concentrating in this upper area up here. That's it in its normal form. Okay. We'll show the ribbons. Let me move this. Just bring it down. Right? I think I'll reduce it a little bit more for you so you can see it. I had to blow it up as much as possible in order to capture that image. Right? So that's the Sierra card. That's what we were looking at. You can see. And then what I did is I went into what's called the artist effects. I'm doing this with one hand, so you have to bear with me. And then we turned it into a transparency. See? And then once we do that, I come over here to these tools and I remove the transparency, so it does what's called a reverse negative. Once you turn it to a transparency and then remove the transparency, it reverses the darks and the lights, and that's when the images came up. So right now we're at 0, 0. Smooth this in transparency, and then I'll take it up to like 50%, and you'll see the images start to appear. We're at 20. 27, 34, 35. It'll catch up in a minute. So at 50%, let's see. Start blowing it up. Oh, depends on what size, I guess. I may have already locked it in and have to redo it. I think it saved it. Oh, wait, I know what it is. Right, there we go. I had to put the smoothness to 10 to get the images back. Sorry about that. I'm trying to show you that this is not a manipulation. It's just a revelation. Okay. And then as I get back in there we go. So we're at 50%. And then let's blow it up. Move it back. And see, and then there's the images again. How that turns into a person, and so on and so forth. And let's see if I can go back up to the top and find those. Okay. All right. Finding more images. Oh, look at that. There's another face. Oh, man, I just want to. Okay, let's blow it up even more. I'm at the maximum at this point. Okay. Wow. Look at that. There's a guy with a beard. There's some faces here. There's a person there. There is a lot of images in here. There's an image there. And let's see what we have here. Oh wow, look at the girl over here that I missed before. Wow. Look at that capture. Man. Once I got to the higher image resolution, you can't tell me these are random pictures. Oh, look at this. Look at all these people. Oh, there's our friends. Okay, so I was able to at least get that back. All right. I am sure there is so much more in here that I have not captured yet. As we get to different levels of exposure, but to deny that this stuff is unintentional and just, oh my God, look at all this, and some kind of blurb and not put here intentional is just to literally deny the obvious. There are specific images in here, at least about what I believe was the Darlene Farron situation of tying up Brian Hartnell and our friends. Oh, there's like 3 people there. Some guy in glasses. Oh, I think I'm really getting the face now. All right, there you have it.